What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Stocks with Mike and Tom show. We have a lot of great plays to go over in today's video. The market overall was super choppy, and it didn't really move too much again today. We've been seeing a lot of this movement throughout the week, but we saw some amazing movement out of Palantir. They had an amazing day today, closing up almost 6%. They had some pretty big news today that we'll cover shortly, but overall, make sure you guys stick around to the end of the video. We have a lot of great plays for tomorrow, and if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. But Tom, let's take a look at Palantir. What's going on with this one?
Yeah, they finally broke that 2750 resistance very early on this morning, Mike, and they just pretty much exploded all day long. They had very minimal pullbacks throughout the day, and they closed all the way up here at 2879, actually closing at their high of day, which shows their strength. And man, they bounced off that. Like I said, they broke through that 2750 resistance, even going up through $28 after having some rejection there. So it was just a really nice move today from Palantir. And on the daily chart, it's starting to really break out of that resistance level. And I could see it hitting $30 over the next day or two.
There we go. So it has a ton of momentum. I know that they had that partnership with Wejo, which is a vehicle data company, and they're running up pretty well. And, of course, a lot of retail traders really like Palantir stock, and, that kind of helps the hype with it. Overall, it's moving up awesome. And, some of these weekly options on Palantir are up like 500 to 700% today alone. And there's just a lot of hype with this one. And I really like it for the long term. And it's great to finally see this type of movement because, if we're being honest, like it's just been doing nothing for like the past, I don't know, since March or so.
Yeah, it's just been consolidating between like $25 and $28, and I'm really glad to finally see that breakout, like you said. And I don't see much resistance between here and $30, so I'll definitely be targeting 30 over the next day or two. But man, it's such a crazy stock right now, and with the market just kind of being very choppy, mostly up and down, it was just very nice to see this one breaking out today and finally giving us an awesome stock to trade this morning.
All right, and then I saw Jerome Powell was also in the headlines today. What's going on there?
Yeah, he actually directed the central bank to review their ethics rules after several Fed presidents disclosed large investments per CNBC. And apparently the Dallas Fed president, Robert Kaplan, traded Apple, Amazon, and Delta Airlines stock in 2020. And they have, in quotes, Powell saying, "This review will assist in identifying ways to further tighten those rules and standards. The board will make changes as appropriate, and any changes will be added to the Reserve's Bank Code of Conduct." So that's a pretty big statement. And if they end up changing these rules where the Fed presidents can't trade stocks, that'll obviously impact I don't think it'll impact the market too big, but it'll obviously impact, I think, the Fed in a way. And we'll just have to see how it ends up coming out. But it's very interesting to hear that these Fed presidents have been trading stocks and stuff. You would think that that would be illegal, but at the same time, I mean, Congress people are allowed to trade stocks too. So why not the Fed presidents?
Yeah, lots of interesting stuff going on there. But, so far, just looking at the market overall, I feel like when we look at the SPY specifically, it's just that it's such an interesting point right now where, it's not tanking down, but at the same time, it's not exploding up. We're just stuck in, this weird middle ground where, it's hard to, play any options or just, to gauge any momentum at all because it's just not really moving in either direction. And when we see days like we saw today where the SPY is only down 0.16%, anyone who's trading any SPY options, it's just getting demolished. But at the same time, it just kind of ruins the momentum across the board because you don't really have any stocks really running up or really tanking.
Yeah, and if we look at some of the major stocks today, like Microsoft, Apple, and a couple others, they pretty much did exactly what the SPY did. They dropped off early in the morning and then recovered up at the end of the day. You can see it ended up only 0.13%. Like you said, it ended up not really moving at all. So it just made for a pretty, I wouldn't say it was a boring trading day because all these stocks did recover back up. So there was some good moves if you timed it right in the middle of the day. But overall, like you said, this recovery is just not the best. And, a lot of people have been looking for the market to go down lately too.
For sure. And then one other stock I wanted to look at was IRNT. This stock has been exploding like over the past 2 days. It's up like 28% again today. It has a lot of momentum, but we can see that the implied volatility on this one is sky high. It's almost 300%. So these options are super expensive, but I just wanted to bring this one up because I know a lot of people were talking about it over the past couple days.
Yeah, it's definitely had a lot of hype, and I've seen a lot of questions about it too. So good thing to definitely talk about it. It looks like that there is a pretty good intraday support around $40, and I'm seeing another support down there around 35. And I would not be surprised if this one continued up tomorrow. It did consolidate today after rising like 100% in pre-market and after hours yesterday. So I'm really happy to see that it kind of held its ground today somewhat. And if it does end up breaking $45 tomorrow, I feel like we could get another big run.
Yeah, so this one, since the implied volatility is so high, I feel like if you're not already in it, it's not worth the risk because these options are getting super expensive. And, we went from like $15, or I guess you could say $17 up to 60 in like the past 3 days or so. So it's a tricky play, but, we've seen crazier moves like with some of these other stocks lately. So definitely keep that one on your radar. But let's get right into our momentum plays for tomorrow. And Tom, as you know, with the first one, we have Palantir to the upside.
Yeah, and they actually double topped up here right around 28.79. So make them break that high of day at 28.79. And if they break that in pre-market, then make them break 29.
All right, with the next one, we have LOW.
Yeah, Lowe's. Let's go check them out. They actually had a pretty great day. Make them break out above 209.33.
All right, and with the last one, we have McDonald's.
McDonald's, the value stocks did very well today. Make them break out above 244.
All right, so we're watching these three plays for potential day trades to the upside. Basically, if they break above the levels Tom listed, we like them for quick in and out day trades for the upside tomorrow. But let's shout out our member of the day, which is Ballin. So I saw you made some pretty good trades today, especially with Palantir. It looks like from his screenshot, he banked like 166%. So awesome job, Ballin. Looks like he had a great day today. So keep it up, and thanks for being a solid member of the community. But let's get right into the questions from the previous video. With the first question, we have Bravo saying, good show, guys. Can you guys look at VXX and UVXY again? I'm not sure if we are done selling this Friday, quad witching, and next week the Feds talk. So, the VIX, it can be a great hedge if you have exposure to like the S&P. I think it'd be a good idea to have hedges in place right now because the market, it's just like, it's really weird right now. Like we are seeing a good amount of selling pressure. So I think it is good to have hedges in place, and VIX can definitely be a good hedge.
Yeah, it definitely can. And while it is down today with the market just kind of going up and down as usual, the VIX will end up going up if the market falls significantly. And it only takes a little drop for the VIX to move quite a lot. Like if the S&P pulls back like 5 to 10%, I could see the VIX rising from 25, possibly all the way up to 30 or something, maybe even a little higher. It really moves whenever the market gets that type of volatility. But on days like today where the market's up and down, it really kills the VIX.
For sure. Yeah, a lot of it depends on like how the market moves. If it falls, like let's say the SPY falls 10% by let's say January, and it's just like a super slow downtrend, then the SPY's not going to explode like it did in like February and March of 2020. But if we see like a 10% dip in like the next month, the VXX can go up to like $50 or so. So a lot of it depends on like how fast the market moves. In regards to quad witching, I know a bunch of people love to hype quad witching up, but guys, keep in mind, quad witching only brings in more volume to the market, and sometimes it could bring in increased volatility. But when you think about it, quad witching is just like when a bunch of options and all that expire. So like it's just really bringing in more volume. Like I said, only sometimes it brings in more volatility. And then we have Brian saying, thanks guys. All these uranium stocks I scooped up weeks ago are ripping. Finally brought my portfolio back in line after that damn MMAT fiasco. You today. Whoa. So yeah, I know these uranium stocks have been exploding up, like CCJ, and they're looking pretty good, and I like them over the next year.
Yeah, I do too. And even though they're up a lot right now, like you said, for the next year, they'll do pretty good. And I know that you've been talking about this for a while, and they are a little bit overextended as far as like the past couple weeks go. But like Mike said, for the next year or two, they should be pretty good. And uranium is just one of those. It's one of those like rare materials that for the long term, it should end up being pretty sustainable, I think.
All right, and then we have Beast Mode saying, "Hi guys, are you able to take a look at Baba? Do you see more downside and maybe a target for 140?" So this stock is very unique right now. China is really hitting a lot of their own businesses pretty hard. If we look at FXI, this is just a China ETF, and it's really been struggling lately. FXI, we can see it's just dipping down significantly. So I think some of these China stocks are decent right now, but it's not anything where like I would invest into it.
Yeah, I don't think I would either. It's just there's so many other stocks right now where that are at support that are great stocks like CRSR, and there's a CHPT, BLNK, PLTR. We have a lot of these other stocks that I just feel like are in a lot better spots right now than Baba and a couple of those others. I feel like they will be pretty good to buy for the long term personally. I'm not sure if I could give a clear target of Baba to fall down to 140 or not. That would be a pretty steep drop. And, I was surprised to see it fall below 200. So I would not be surprised if we ended up at 140, but I would hope that we hold somewhere around 150.
All right, and then we have Long Beach saying, with the bounce in oil, can you guys take a look at MRO or DVN? So, Tom, I know you follow oil a little bit more than I do. So, what are you seeing?
Yeah, MRO actually had a little bit of a pullback today. A lot of these oil stocks did end up coming down, but crude oil started to fall off early this morning, and then it ripped right back up in the middle of the day. It almost reminded me of like the S&P 500 today almost. Lots of up and down movement out of the whole market in general. And you can see like here with Exxon and Mobil, we dipped in the middle of the day, hit support at 55.50 and then popped right back up. And I feel like that all the oil stocks are moving just about the same right now.
All right, so guys, we're seeing a lot of interesting movement in the market right now. If you are an options trader, definitely check out that first link in the description down below. You'll get access to daily options, swing trades, day trades, order flow bots, custom bots, and we have a great community, and you can talk with Tom and myself all day long and cancel at any time. Again, it's that first link in the description and the comments down below. But Tom, do you have any last minute stocks, options, or anything you're watching for tomorrow?
I still have my eyes on a crazy stock that just continues to go up and up every single day. And it just broke all-time highs again, which is Upstart. And they are ripping to the upside once again on the daily. I really thought the last time they hit right around 300 and they started to go down that we would start to see a big drop out of Upstart, but it looks like we ended up ripping right back up again today. We're getting really close to that $300 resistance. And I don't know, I'm definitely going to be watching it for a breakout tomorrow. If we can break 300, I feel like that could make for a pretty good intraday move to the upside. And man, it just seems like Upstart is not slowing down. I'm still eyeing them up for puts, but man, I feel like we could get a good day trade to the upside if they break 300.
Good stuff. So if you guys are new here, don't forget to subscribe. We post brand new videos every single day. And if you have any questions, let us know in the comments down below. And if you want to join Tom and I live every single day at Market Open, you can click that Stocked Up Live link in the description down below. We go live every single day at Market Open on the Stocked Up Live YouTube channel. But other than that, thanks for watching.